Hi, good day. Salutations, greetings. My name is Margie. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks, these little conversations on the way I feel about things. Excuse me. Ah, rough night for me, man. It was wild. I didn't sleep a lot, and when I slept, my lucid dreaming was crazy. I'm really getting dialed into how I perceive collective consciousness, and collective consciousness is really lining up right now, man. Like the planets in the sky, we all got these planets in us, and everybody that has planets in a certain kind of way, they're all thinking the same stuff, or they're all having the same experiences, and what people are figuring out is we really are all connected. So when somebody's having a good experience, that we know that someone someplace is having a bad experience. So to counter that, we got to add goodness into the world. I was just over on Divided We Fall on his. I like it. Brad. What's his name? I don't. What's his real name? Bradley. He said it today because he said his mom saying his name. He lost his mom a year ago. Tomorrow it'll be a year, and I was just like, man, I know that'll be my storyline one day. I just hope that's just pulls on my heartstrings, and people see. The thing of it is, Mom and I were never even that. I mean, we haven't always been as close as we are that we've been the last few years. See, it was just always like, it's like kind of what we were like stuck together kind of thing. But the last 4 years is we just have been so close, and she's just turned into my best friend, and so I gotta honor her in that. I can't take this call right now, so we'll just hit the button and we'll ignore it. And if it's important, they'll call back. What do you do? Good morning to everyone. I hope people are feeling okay. So when I was over in Divided We Fall, he's all fired up too, It's just like I was getting all these knowings and stuff from my spirit traveling around in the high dimension, and I had said something like, you gotta really freaking be careful about the thoughts that you are allowing your head, because the more people believe in something or become congruent, or it doesn't matter if it's freaking nonsense to you, but the more people are like, hey, this brings a vibration of truth into me when people say this, people are really picking up on who the shitty one. Look at the freaking, I've never seen a presidential election like this. I've never seen it. Old boy, DT, he's like, I want blood test. He's calling for a blood test, see if old boy's okay, not too hopped up, too drugged up, being controlled, because controllers do weird stuff, man. They made movies about it for years, and then they base reality off of it, and then their defense is, that doesn't happen, it's in the movies. And so you really gotta, I've been all morning, I'm just like, this ain't my fear, this ain't my fear, this ain't my fear, this ain't my fear. You're good, Marge, you're good. And my dream state last night, though, I would, because sometimes what I do, like when it's really dark, or I'll close my eyes and walk through a room or walk through the house at night, like on the way to the bathroom or to the back door, because there's so much, like you can't see anything, or like hardly at all, but you can see some like outside ambient light from the kitchen window, but I'll close my eyes, like on Star Wars, and you see things. What people don't realize is you see things as clearly. Everything we experience in life is through our brain. We don't need our bodies to experience life. Everything is in our brain, our spirit, our heart. Everything is connected to our. We don't. It's so weird. Okay, I need to focus here, because there's so many things coming in, so many different awarenesses that I gotta really stay dialed in, because I'm just like, talk about this, talk about that. And it's like, no, I'm gonna talk about this first things first, and then I'm gonna talk about the next thing. So we really have to be mindful about, don't think about doom and gloom shit, man. Don't think about any doom, just think about high vibrational stuff. Think about hanging out with your friends. I think about how I'm going to meet people on my tube one day, and be able to talk in front of people and share my experience, my strengths, and my hope in front of live people. I mean, I could, we could keep it on here, but there's more of a connection with live, and that's why everyone's grounded, because they're trying to break the disconnect so they can go in deep to get the low vibrational beings and freaking bring them to justice. See, there's a lot of wonderful things happening behind the scene. There's just, I mean, how many people just can't resolve to the fact that people, cannibalism is alive and well. And it's the important prominent people that are doing it because they benefit from doing it, from they get little special powers, and they get abilities, and they work with demons that are not god demons, and for this whole control, this whole slave planet. I was listening to when I get real racy, and all energy is planetary alignments. See. Energies, like Pluto, go research it yourself. Pluto has its own energies. Jupiter, Venus is, the planet of love. They all have their own representations, and when they're floating around in your charts, they bring up stuff. And if it's stuff that you haven't dealt with, it could put you in a traumatic state. I highly recommend Simon's talk today about the Aries full moon on the 1st of October. These astrologers, see, I just listen to a lot of astrologers, and I take some of the stuff that this guy says, and I take some of the stuff and then I see it in the main stage, and how it's playing in politics, how it's playing in entertainment, how it's playing in families, and how it's playing in social media trends I'm seeing. I take it all into account. It's just all data collection to me, and then I put it out here like an esoteric Sherlock homies. There was a young man, 43, lost his life last night. The synchronicities and the Mandela effects are just freaking all over the place too, because everybody's having a different experience. This young man I forgot his I looked him up, because sometimes people pass and I'll look him up on Facebook. And this guy, I looked him up, and there was like 3 guys with the same name. One of them, and now the young man died because he was climbing up into a tree, and the branch snapped. And that happened to me. That's how I hurt when I was 15, I fell 25 feet out of a tree and landed with my ankle at a 45-degree angle, and no bones broke, but I shredded the tendons in it. They all shredded. And so this young, so that's when I learned at 15, like, what, you don't freaking just get on a branch. You gotta you don't just go climb it, you gotta think about stuff. And I know this because if you ever seen that episode of Sam and Dean on Supernatural, and it's like Groundhog's Day, but they all just keep dying over and over and over and living, in all kinds of ways, because I know in past incarnations I've died because I freaking was too arrogant. Ego has always killed me. So in this incarnation, I'm trying to freaking not let my ego run me, but use it as a tool to help motivate me and keep me balanced, because everyone needs them. But when ego gets in control, man, then we got the Lucy fairy tale going on that we're dealing with now. A lot of us spiritual beings are fighting the good fight here, all the while having, experiences and things happen in our life that, moving. A lot of people are moving, trying to get to where it's going to be safe, because there's going to be a lot of places that are very, very unsafe, and I don't want to be here. And capitals are one of them. I don't want to be in one. So I'm ready to go. Anytime somebody says, "Hey, Marge, I'll take your money and let me live in your house, and I'll keep taking your money and use stuff like that, so you can live with your dogs," I gotta let the Luna out. Give me just a moment. Excuse me. I got my nice guy sweater. I was a little chilly this morning. Ugh. Go girl. Go say hi to Retta and say, I will tell her I will make breakfast in a very few minutes. How you doing, Mom? Okay? I'll make breakfast in a few minutes. About 10 minutes. Sliding into home base. I need to talk. Doctor's such a Houdini. He gets out. He gets out of the gate. And he's so fast about it. Just can't. Want to see how cute he looks today? That's a cute little dude. Tuck is my puppy mill. He lived the first 6 months of his life in a puppy mill. And they slammed his tail in a gate. So he has a little pigtail. You know? My brother said the other day, get rid of a couple of your dogs. Find a place to live. Do all this. I'm like, dude, I'm 46. I'm ready to live my life for me. And I think that I've been through enough, and I think that universe and God is ready to just be like, you know, Marge, we got a place for you, because you've been through enough, and you've been dedicated, and you've been faithful, and we know you need a rest. So, anyway, Simon's talk this morning was real good. He was talking about how, you know, because I believe his focus, his primary purpose is human design, like his main medium. Like he paints with human design. Some people paint with watercolors. I paint with Heyoka. So his main discipline, like his major. I mean, I don't know who's out there. His focus, his primary purpose. And he was talking about how post-traumatic stress and stuff, and I've been reading a lot about post-traumatic stress, or some about it. I didn't even know what it was until I was 36 years old, 37, because I started like, why am I so mad? Why am I so mad? So, I mean, I've always gone and checked in with mental health professionals. When I was a little kid, they used to always watch me play. They would take me to counselors and stuff and watch me play. I think it was because of the pictures that I drew, and then they were trying to get me to talk about the pictures. But because like I was like 2 years old drawing UFOs and stuff like that, and I had my first experience, and just the thing, you know, it's like you have the people that are like, no, that's not real, but they don't really believe that it's not real. They know who people are based on things like that, and that's why they have school psychologists. That's why they have counselors, so they recognize different peer groups, different frequencies, different abilities, different IQs. And I always just thought I was just a dummy, honestly, because I always got bad grades. I was always getting in trouble. I was always acting out. And that's the thing, is because I was always living as my spirit. And spirits can't be controlled. You can try and control a spirit, but you control a spirit too long, it gets mad, and it stays mad. And then you have what was once a vibrant, high vibrational being, a low density, low vibrational being, so it becomes wicked. And that's how angels become fallen to demons. It happens in people too. Hurt people, man. It's hard for me. I think I have a crink in my neck, because I'm just like trying not to get mad about stuff, because I'm powerless over the situations in my life, because I'm contingent on people calling back, you know. And then it's not promising when you go look at Craigslist and like somebody puts in, you know, I got $9,000, but everybody, you know, every property manager in Reading is like, no pets, no pets, no pets, no pets. And it's just like, there is no spirit in that. And the thing of it is when people are so adamant about stuff like that, yeah, you can try and control, you know, who you let live in the house. But the fact is, it's still fucking Redding, California, and people are really wanting to actually escape California. So you might be grateful that somebody wants to come back in and make the area better and maybe invite them in, you know. But see, they have all these mega churches and stuff like that with magic schools where they take all your money, which isn't real, to try and give you abilities which are, you know, supernatural, which are natural, trying to take something that isn't real for something that is real. No, I didn't mean to say is. That's weird. So there's cognitive dissonance, and any system that creates cognitive dissonance, there's no place for it on the 5D Earth. See, the Earth is already 5D. What we're waiting for to happen is for people to come in and start living a high vibrational frequency, but everyone's freaking out. Everybody's in fear. And so when people are in fear, they're like freaking rats that are backed into, or cat, or an animal that is back, a dog back, any animal that is, will bite you. It will do whatever it can to freaking get free. And human beings are animals. We are just supposed to be at the top of the food chain because we have, our communication skills. We have our opposable thumbs, and all this stuff. But the evil doers, man, have just been pumping. Just look at the economic system on this planet alone is straight up evil. When the cracks of society are so wide. I saw about I can't remember the channel that I watched last night, but I watched a video. There's a new Mandela effect, and I verified it myself because I looked at it, and it was it's Batteries Not Included. It was a shitty movie in the 80s, early 80s, and I remember seeing it. And I also remember when the second one came out, Batteries Not Included too. But now, because of the algorithms on the web searches, I wonder if it's in Go.Go. I call it Go.Go, but it's DuckDuckGo. Because there's this, I got it mixed up in my head because there's a book when I was a little kid called Go Dog Go. Do you like my hat? No, I do not like your hat. Okay, have a good day. It's not punch people in the face and kill them and hate them and damn them into hell because they're different than you because you don't like their hat. It's just like, agree to disagree, bygones, but people have to go around freaking stealing kids and eating babies and humans and then juicy chrome and all that stuff. What was I looking up? Batteries not included 2. Yep, there's no batteries not included too. Oh, it's not in IMDM. It's not in. Wait. Nope. That's news. Let's see. Batteries not included. Yep, 1987 movie. There's the trailer. But there's batteries not included. Oh, wait. What's this? Beyond the box set. Batteries not included in the attack of the drones. See? So what that tells to me is because I knew I'm like, no, there's a batteries not included. There's no, hands down. It's my belief system. I already know. I'm not gonna let somebody make an algorithm and erase a whole movie just because they're creating cognitive dissonance. Because when you look on Google, it's not there. But if you look on Go.Go, it's there. So that is related to be careful about what you're looking at, what you're gonna manifest and create into reality. There are storylines, terrible storylines. I mean, how many people? Okay, here's an example. I didn't invite God in. I didn't invite God in. I'm gonna invite God in before I give this an example, and then He'll bless it as just an example. And then, this is not a manifestation. I declare this not a manifestation. This is just an example that ever since I was a little kid, people have talked about freaking earthquakes happening in California dropping into the ocean. So if you have a percentage of the population that, and then that thought spreads, then that will become reality. So think about it staying up, and no bad, in whatever catastrophes are happening. If you think about it, in a metaphorical sense, and in a proverbial sense, in a kind of a matter of fact way, it really is falling into the ocean, because the people that were running it started Chinifying themselves years ago. People have been talking like, no, that's not, because that's not gonna happen. Cognitive, they create, and then it's like, look what's happening. Look who all the property managers are. Look at, it's just. I mean, I've done talks about the Transamerica building and stuff like that, and they're all antenna, and they're all to receive data. You know, they're all to suck energy in some capacity, whether it's money, your attention. You know, look at all the stuff that is getting attention. But you got, but it's all important to collect data. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even handle watching. I'll probably watch Top Big Dog, and then he'll go through the debate. So but I don't think I can watch that. It's freaking straight up elder abuse, man. And I mean, we already know it's gonna, you know, it's okay, he's gonna do it, and then, alright, and then she's gonna be president, and then, oh, fuck, no, dude, no, no, that's not the, no, DT, truck train, you know, just not them, just not those freaking blue bloods, man, those blue bloods, you know, it's the majority of them, it's not all of them. Hey, I'm sure there's plenty of blue bloods that are like, I don't want to live that way anymore, I don't want to live the Lucy fairy tale. I want to. I come to Jesus. You know, come to God. God wins. God's good, and people are, you know, because of fear, because they're scared, because they'd rather, you know, do. They think that this is a one-time incarnation, that they're not gonna freaking come back in other incarnations and freaking have to repent for all the shit that they've done in this one. Really? People think they can just. You know, I can't even like yell at my dog without, you know, like. I don't yell at my dogs a lot. Sometimes I get frustrated. That's what I tell. These are my character defects. These are why I'm trying to openly express, so I can get my frustrations out. Because if I don't get my frustrations out, then when I'm doing other stuff, you know, and I'm not being present with what I'm doing, I'm thinking about something that happened before or that I'm worried about in the future. And then, you know, dog walks by, and I'm annoyed at something that not even related to the dog, but something happens, I'm inconvenienced, there goes my ego flare, and then I'm like, get out of the way, dog, you know, and it's like, no, you don't talk to your dog that way ever, lovely, you know, and I even try to, like, if I'm like, come on, Benny, like, if it's, you know, if he's dawdling or something, and I'm got time stuff, and I'm like, come on, Benny, you know, and he's dawdling, and I'm just like, get, you know, and I yelled out, I always try and end with something nice, I love you, buddy, I appreciate your cooperation, buddy, but before, because I've been on the other side of might is right. So people have just always controlled, like, you know, controlled me by that. And come at what I'm finding out about post-traumatic stress and stuff like that is just like, you know, a lot of this stuff are involuntary, like, which is weird to me because it's scary to think that you can't control your own body in any kind of capacity. But I know, I mean, when I was little, I had all kinds of bladder and kidney problems, and they stick metal rods in between the tube between your urethra and your bladder, and there's only one way to, and I mean, just straight up freaking inhumane torture. Yeah, stretch out and then make sure, and then that's supposed to, you know, you'll be able to hold it more because you're stretching. It didn't even compute. But it was an old Indian doctor, and you know, he made his way in there, and so I'm basically freaking torture, man, because those metal rod. So I've been learning to breathe through pain for a real long time, because people have weird ideas about things that'll work, but the principles related to them are just freaking twisted and sick. And they make a lot of money doing it too, for our own good, or for our own safety. I've been in handcuffs a couple of times for their own safety. And I tell about stories about that and other, you know, the police brutality, and everyone's like, oh, you know, don't, and I'm like, dude, I haven't had experiences with good ones. Except when I was in the 6th grade and Officer Don Ostendorf would come and sing his little railroad peanut butter, squish the peanut on the railroad track and get peanut butter, and all the kids would laugh and go, oh, cops are wonderful, always listen to the police, and then the police have their own ideas about things. You know, any organization is only is good and as strong as the heart space of the whole collective consciousness of all parts. So if you have more freaking ego-based, fear-based, egocentric-based groups, that ain't gonna be, you can put all the posters on it, you can remarket it, you can rebrand it all you want. It's still a system of indecency when more people in it are indecent than decent. Yeah. How are people getting decent? Where are they going to get decent? How are people de-dicking? Where do they go? You know, people, but hopefully they're finding their source, God, higher power. God, you know. There's lots and lots of gods we've been figuring out for the last few years, of who has been worshiping what gods. Even the Pope isn't even a dude. He's a Luciferian, dude. Sorry for you, Catholics. He's got red shoes, man. He wears diamonds all the time. Family jewels. I wonder what families are in his jewels. They use crematoriums to make. It's all verified. It's all right out there for everyone to know about it. People are like, no, I got my little I voted today sticker. It's like, that's cool. I wonder how Christmas is going to go for a lot of people. I know suicide rates are going through the roof. Homicides. You know? And it's like you see new, like I had to go to the store yesterday. I'm like, man, there is no smoke in the sky anywhere. I don't even see, like, where, you know, because in the news, they stopped reporting on the fires. And we've had storms and stuff, and it's, you know, it's been a while since the smoke is classed. But then I saw an article that was posted like 11 hours ago, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up. And it says, the Beachy fire is 53% contained. I'm like, where's the fucking smoke? But see, that's the thing, is people put out stuff, and Oregon is one of the worst, because there's only 4.7 million people in the whole state. So when they use their budgets get their billions in bailouts, then why isn't all 4 million people getting $1 million? If you got that kind of numbers. But if you look at all your cities, look at all the big cranes. Look at all the huge cranes. Look in your especially in the capitals. There's huge cranes everywhere because they're remodeling, they're rebranding, because they deserve it. They work so hard. That's why all the offices are closed, because they're using all this bailout money to get new fucking office furniture, and it's easier to move all the shit in when people aren't in there. Us poor people got one $1,200 bailout in freaking 9 months, man. 9 months. And the billionaires still keep getting billionaire-y. People are gonna get pissed, man. They're putting more people, and that's what they want to do, is they want to make people freak out, just like they used to do to me when I was a little kid, to push my buttons so you lose your emotional control, and then it's like, see, you're a threat, and it's like, dude, you're a psychopathic, narcissistic, freaking egomaniacal, crazy person that doesn't feel things except when you're harming others, dude. That's all this control is because people have been programmed to find solace in perverted ways, instead of finding a God and finding your solace from within inside. Yeah. So, I've been a puppet. I've been duped. We all been duped. We all got duped, man. We all got duped. You know, but it's cleaning up. It's cleaning up. You know, stop. You know, I can't even believe this mask thing is still a thing. I talked to a woman yesterday, and she's like, "Well, I wear my mask for because I care about other people." I'm like, "That's funny. I haven't had running water in 3 years because ain't nobody fucking care about me." I've been paying down the bill, but then it's like you got to move, so it's like, okay, what do you know? So all right, I'll hit that bill after I move. I'll just keep paying it down because I'm all about paying my debts off. I'm all about it. You know, as soon as I get more income, I'd be glad to give all the people that freaking that you know, it's their money. I got to borrow the service and use the service. You know, I just couldn't afford stuff anymore. So, as soon as freaking God, the universe, starts recognizing me for my abilities, which I recognize, and my faithfulness, and you know, as soon as the balance starts coming into order, I'll be glad to pay off every single freaking debt I have. Because I don't want to take nothing. I don't want to take no bad karma into me. I don't want to incarnate anymore. This very well could be my last earthly incarnate. I feel like I've done it all, and I'm ready to just hang out in the solar system and watch what I helped create. Maybe I'll come back and visit every now and again, but I don't want to go through childbirth and watching people be so unkind. And just watching the suffering. And then I gotta forgive the people that are causing the harm, because I know that they are hurting the most, and that those are the ones that you have to love the most. And that is what I fought in myself my whole life. I hate them. They did this to me. I hate them. And then the other couple days, I was getting mad about something, and I heard, "Vengeance is mine." I was like, shit, sorry. And I was reminded that vengeance is not mine, and that sacrifices were made. So I don't have to live in an angry way. And then when I listened to Simon's talk, go listen to Simon's talk that he put out today. It's Simon on come back to my point zero. Sinner. See, you get spread too thin, you get dizzy, you can't focus, you just gotta. Well, listen to Antoinette Lee Howard, Journey Through Fear. I'll listen to that. That's on Ozark Publishing and Dolores Cannon. They put out their same talks at the same time. So it's raising vibrations. I wonder if I can share the link. I'll try and share the link. Ugh. I put it in there. But there's a delay. No, it doesn't show up. There's could be nothing. The system always controls itself. My almost told me. See, that's the thing. I agree with you. Could be. That's the thing. As Mom always said, listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. See, it's because we have. It didn't take the link. Did it show up? It was before I put it in. That is so weird. I'm going to try it again. It should have gone in between Autumn's. Oh, Margie. I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that. G-Dog, you're cool. I appreciate you too. Let me try and put it in again. Test and tech here. That's weird. And that's my other account. That's my other. See, because what happens is, and when you if you have a Google account, it'll create a YouTube account for every email address you use for YouTube. So if you create accounts with different email addresses, you'll have an account for each one. I mean, that's straight up my Margie Hessick. Maybe it doesn't like the link. Maybe it doesn't like the link. So switch channel, switch account, and go back to me. There it went. No, it didn't go. There it went. So it didn't let me share the link from Margie Hessick, even though it was me. It just looks at it as an outside account is what I'm guessing, maybe. But Simon was talking about how, you know, because I just always used other people's programming. Just get over it, you know. But post-traumatic stress is no joke, and once you get your freaking vibration, once you get so spun up, you know, that's what I used to do when I was a little girl. Is I'd hyperventilate, and I tense up my whole entire body and hold my breath and just throw my and just and people and like thrash around and stuff, and people are like, oh my god, she's throwing a fit, she's throwing a fit. And I was like, but what they didn't do is, I had all this anger in me. What I was trying to reach for is the after side of the tensing up. So I tense up and then I let my body go. So I was trying to get that release. Just like other, highly sexual beings do with sex. They have lots of kind of sex partners because it's that release. See, my body just knew, because of the trauma that I've had experienced from such a young girl, that you can't sit in that vibration. That you have to either max out on it. Some people pass out under extreme situations. Some people, they see red and they freaking go into a fits of anger. Thank God. And that's what I work in practice every day to keep myself down here. Not even try not to get mad about anything, because it's that getting mad is what leads. It's like explosive. It's like forest fires. Once it lights, and people don't know how to contain themselves, and today is a highly potent day. Today, thank you for sharing me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And today is a very, very highly triggering day because of the planetary alignments that are happening. And I'll give you an example. That's weird. Now I gotta, okay, I'll call her back. Okay, I gotta address that. But it said she was unable to leave. Tech is so weird, man. I woke up and it asked for my password to get into, they're doing big, something huge is happening. Something is huge is happening. Where is the email? Yeah. Powerful Mars is clashing with Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn. This is the email I got this morning. Hi Margie, do you ever feel like you're trying your best but you're still not getting anywhere? Welcome to the frustrating square between aggressive Mars and Aries and ambitious Saturn in Capricorn. When these two power players butt heads, it is hard to get either one of them to budge. And you're really feeling that frustration building as you struggle to get anything accomplished today. Is that enough that it's enough that your own thinking might be an issue, but also you need to be on the lookout for authority figures, parents, teachers, or bosses who have their own agendas and are ready to make their own power plays. If you don't have enough to worry about, these people can throw obstacles in your way that'll really have a hard time, that you'll really have a hard time getting over. So you could just give up and try this. So should you just give up and try to forget this day ever existed? Of course not. Instead of getting defensive, go on the offense and get a copy of your, and then they want your detailed report. So, but what I do is I listen to that, and then I listen to that link that I put in there for Simon's talk, and it's like recognizing, when I was a little girl, and and I've had to deal with a lot. We all have traumas. We've all had to deal with a lot of crap. Some of us more than others, but the more crap you got to deal, it's like you get a point in your age, it's like, I've been through enough, I don't want to have to put up with this, just get me what I want. But everybody's feeling that way. And so you can't, if everybody wants, so I gotta go on the offense. So with my personality, I gotta be soft and kind, because I'm trying to be a soft and kind person, not because I'm trying to manipulate a situation and get my way. Because those are old behaviors, because that's how I used to have to act, because people just don't give me, because I'm a fucking dyke, or a fucking, this or that, or whatever perceptions they put on me. Whatever people think about me, I gotta live with. And people think about people based on frickin', I think about people based on first impressions. First impressions are very significant. So, how long have I been talking? I should be about, yep, it's about all I got for now. I gotta get mom breakfast. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.